Dear colleagues, I'd like to start my topic with a small announcement how the EU sends approval as Ambassador United States of America in Russian Federation, Lynn Tracy. So we are congratulations. This is a very good, important. This I think during the 20 years, this is the first ambassador woman in the Russian Federation. So, and certainly for Zhao Kasachov will be very difficult with the relationship and before he allows to have behavior with the US ambassador as a man, their man. Naturally. The first part of my topic, um, we have comment how the suddenly citizen visit Vladimir Zelensky into Washington and meeting with the US President Joe Biden. All American politicians and military circles welcoming or visit of Vladimir Zelensky into the United States of America. And so the military situation in Ukraine with the start of the winter period. Maybe the strategic plan, as I said, especially from chiefs of Pentagon, maybe to the defense Crimea and Donbass. By the way of the offensive, maybe in Kharkiv, maybe in the from Donbass, or for the end forces with Donetsk militias against the Ukraine army. So the situation and the shooting with missiles of strategical and critical important infrastructure in Ukraine allows to the said that the Patriots will be supplying to the to Ukraine as a decision, and said Anthony Blinken. Anthony Blinken, U.S. Secretary of the State Department. The Patriots will strong anti-air defense in the Ukraine. This is a very interesting military system and the technological weapon. If you remember, I was very impressed with the British in period Boris Johnson. Three warhead rocket Star Trek, the British anti-air system with the speed equal 3 sound. So Patriot rocket have a speed 3.5 sound, and warhead have ceramics with a deep of the 12 centimeters and the cobalt cover. And so the blast item of this rocket is the usual. But it's not paradox. The American productive helmet won't don't have a big money. It is usual blast, but suddenly the weight of this is a warhead, about 90 kilograms. Jesus, 90 kilograms. It's a very functional and technological weapon. Without a Russian Vykrutasov. And it's very interesting that it is impossible to do very defense of the security of the safe of the system. All rockets supplies into the front with the containers, with the closed containers, where the cover and bottom destroyed when the being launch of this rocket. So the rocket not as the C-500 Triumph advertisement of the Russian media. This is the only military that the Russian said battle horse, боевая лошадка, into air system. 24 kilometers, but this is a battle horse, have a parameter in the high 24 kilometers and the range 170 kilometers. So one day Russian media with the irony said about the rocket shooting of the Ukraine energy system was from the territory Rostovskaya Oblast. Due to the Ukrainian forces attack Belgorodskaya, Bryanskaya, oh my god, and Kurskaya Oblast. And so this is this connection, the irony we are understanding. And certainly therefore the tactical data and parameters of the Patriot allow to the fall down Russian rockets and air jets which have aerodromes in the Rostovskaya Oblast. Crimea, I won't tell about that. And it's very interesting that this is Fischer Havnet Russian S-400s. The rockets of the Patriots may be a manager from the air, from the air jets. So therefore the radio locator Havnet warned to note by the enemy in the framework of the radio electron struggle. And certainly the military, this is a very interesting technological, even the scientific decision in the productive of this weapon. Okay, cotton is very expensive. Very expensive. For example, about system AVAX, I already told, and another feature, the rocket, anti-air rocket have time of the flight 11.5 seconds. Totally to the turn and push of oh Jesus, avoid of the heat of the rockets in the practice were almost impossible. The rocket hadn't radio radar. The aim rocket fired with the Earth for the command point. And it's very and certainly it's very and this is a system was used in the practice in Iraq, and certainly this system was used by Saudi Arabia against the Kuwait. And against the Kuwait, when Kuwait forces Saddam Hussein was used Soviet tactical missiles under the name Scud. And when was
12, я пошла спать.
Хорошо.
Ага, а ты-ка, ну ладно, все.
And sorry. And Soviet Scud was destroyed by the Patriot, and certainly in the internet you can find this is pictures about these actions of military Patriot with the use Patriots. So the I must tell about the second part of my topic. Jesus. Second part of my topic will be the report of the major of the Sergei Sobyanin of Moscow, Sergei Sobyanin, this year. Before it, I must tell how the Vladimir Putin refused, said, for example, Deutsche Welle, about the message to the federal meeting, State Duma and Russian Sense. It's very interesting, but it's not amazing for the system, but it's very bad and not only in internet and the network and in Russian media we have information about this. Maybe only meeting with the Russian journalist will be, but I think it's no. And certainly the constitution is a very interesting situation, and it will be understanding. It may understand in the period pandemic, maybe another. When was pandemic, Putin organizing the referendum about amendments of the new constitution of 1993. And despite I didn't listen about the refusal Vladimir Putin of the message, annual message to the federal meeting, to the Russian State Duma and Russian Sense. I have not interesting how the last budget of the last years have not was sequestered actions, despite we have articles of the budget codes of the Russian Federation. And another actions with the inter-Russian State Duma and the government under the leadership of Mikhail Mishustin is very interesting with the point of the constitution. And I think the last of this is transition to the second part. It's not amazing. Certainly, if this is idea is truth, it's not amazing. Certainly, when historically very famous, well known, that country have heavy war, the democracy, more reasons to forget. But it's very interesting that in the United States, when during the Vietnamian War, and rather than Afghanistanian war, we have not observed that this is tense. And let's return to the Moscow. This is our simple Earth. So the biggest achievement of the Sergei Sobyanin, with the proud, he was proud of this. The transport problem decision of the transport problem by the building more and more metro, 70 kilometers underground lines. This is certainly the very big decision. And another transport through the Moscow with the Sabart United Sabart line, for example, Sabart line in south of town is a connection with the north, and another south. South to the east to the west, and another Sabart line, railway lines connection have a connection united with the another part of the town. This is very interesting, but any experts told that this is doing with the military aims for the removing biggest forces from the east to the west and south east to the north, southwest to the northeast, and another part of the busiest town. And if you remember that the Medvedev, when he was a president, and Sergei Sobyanin in 2006 year, decided to improve square of the Moscow, part of, in particular, I am living in the new territory of Moscow, so-called New Moscow. This is the biggest transport problem, not only here in the New Moscow. Sergei Sobyanin built 2 line of metro underground. Mm, so this is a long line to do very expensive, and not only the CSA measure need to improve the price for the one trip. And for example, Washington DC, not only a small town in comparison to the Moscow, but the pay for the trip in the Washington metro depended from the distance. So if you have a trip one to station, you pay a small money, small money, and if you have a long a trip, you must pay more. It's useless. But here in Moscow, 20 kilometers, you must pay equal sum when you have a trip 2 kilometers. Jesus. And suddenly, this is this is a bury money underground. Special. This is a very don't order when the unequal welfare of population in Moscow and 20 kilometers or behind the Moscow. Moscow have average salary about 60 or 90 100 1.5 thousand US dollars, but in 20 kilometers behind the Moscow you have a salary. It's very good salary, 500 US dollars or euros. So certainly, especially this is situation very bad, very bad due to the differences incomes from the suburb population and town population. Jesus, and totally, despite the rich life, Moscow population have more democracy behavior, etc. And totally, we have social shares. Social shares is very strong place in Russian policy due to the post-communist mentality of the currently Russian leaderships. All of them was the membership of the Communist Party of the USSR. All. And certainly the problem of the Leninism as idea, so the monopoly of the power, have in the mind the second policy who have who have a power in the last of the 00 years. It's not amazing. Sri Sabanian reported how he is going to the reconstruction 200 hospital, district hospital in the block of the Moscow population, in the blocks of the population in Russian microrayons, micro districts, and build only and to build only 30. Yes, you are right. The spectator is need turnover. So reconstruction 30 and a new build 200. It's very interesting how during the pandemic, another medical help in Moscow practically was suspended. And today all Moscow people have a problem to the get access to the normal medical service. Here's a pen told about during the grippe the visitors into the polyclinics, micro districts hospitals in Moscow increasing since the 40 visits to the 60,000, certainly thousands in Moscow. But it's about the fraud. Lies. What the reason? The system of the electronical note into the Moscow micro districts hospitals consists in the apps in the smartphone and it is impossible have not possibility to have a note in the Moscow micro district hospitals. And one day, when I have problem with my eyes, I asked about the blood analysis laboratory. May I to give my blood for analysis, despite I have not a note in the electronic system? No, was that yes, you was right, my dear spectators. Usual Moscow micro districts polyclinics during the day I kept it 120 people for the take blood analysis. But they, if they will take more quality of the patients, the chiefs very angry of the medical service, nurses and etc. And the last, it's very interesting. it's very interesting. It's not very interesting. And the last of this is story. Beaches war right now hermit can to be warned only seek heat. Seek imagine, and certainly I don't know why I need to bury lot of money underground and the transport system and improve Moscow. Maybe Russian leaderships, modern leadership, want from the Moscow overs to do the biggest megapolis. Okay. And also very in the almost anecdote I like to tell some story. One day I visited maybe 8 or 10 years ago. I visited the office of the additional office of the Sberbank in the metro university. In front of the Moscow University for the take cash money. 10 years ago, maybe 12, I don't know. It's not important. And I have a consultation with the sales girl, bank girl, and some months later, this office was closed, and here right now the Chocolatnica, the cafe restaurant, the rivals of the McDonald's was organized in this place. And so I think it was a very big scandal why Sberbank and one of the biggest banks of Russia have a biggest offices in the for the to the give service for the clients. And that manage our Russian manager company group cancel the Sberbank into the submission bankomats, cash machines and ATM machines in the Moscow underground. And despite this, so Sberbank will draw his bankomats from the Moscow underground, but Moscow underground have not get the bankomats another system. Despite what decision to give this space to the VT Bank. And 2-3 months ago, I noted how the bankomats of the VTB Bank became appearance in the Moscow underground. It's very interesting. And in the provincial Russian towns, oblast, or capital of the oblasts, some observers noted to the distribution bankomats of the VTB Bank with the absent, with the almost full absent bankomats of the Sberbank. The question about how much, what banks losses more money since the 24th of February, maybe to ask. But right now, I won't think about it. The bankomat story is very interesting, but at the last of the narrative of this story, I have I allow to propose to give proposals about idea to the share of the metro space for the two biggest bank system in the Russian Federation, in the Moscow town in particular. As you know, usual Moscow metro have two yields. As when Moscow citizens have a meet in the underground, usually they name the place meet for the first Mikhail or the last Mikhail. Therefore, the metro stations in Moscow have two yields. Two yields. This is features allow to the to say proposals. One the yield have a exclusive space VTB bank, and another yield have a exclusive space as well as Sberbank. It's very simple. And why major and central bank, Russian central bank by Moscow region to decide this problem? These questions I'd like to close my topic today. Thank you. Bye.